but like I said, no reason has been advanced. Unfortunately, the team has already left. Where can we get the best answers from? It's from the technicians. They are not here.
Yeah.
But he's not the only key player missing. I think, to me, the biggest casualty, in fact, would be Mustafa Tubabo Jaju, the captain of the team, nowhere to be found in the list. Osman Jallo equally is not available. That could be down to the fact that he's currently out injured.
Okay.
And at the moment, his contract has been frozen by the Turkish second-tier club, that is Kayseri Rizespor, until he's fully back to fitness. Dauraba is another player missing, though that was expected because the lad has not been playing football for close to 2 years now. You don't have another player in Keba Sise, a formidable right-back player who plays in in Poland now with Lech Poznan. He's not available. Paseko Kujabi is not playing with Hibanen. We should admit that he's been frozen out to the under-20 team. He's another player that is unavailable. Former captain Padembo Toure, also not available. And when you look at the teams, that is Abdurrahman Damfa is another player that is not available. Abdurrahman Damfa is just regaining back his full fitness with Nancy Lorient. He's yet to play a competitive game for them. So you could argue that his omission could be justified. But when you look at the players also in the team, you have what? Abdul Tibo Jame, clubless at the moment. He's without a club at the moment. So the defense line is my worry because the only experienced player that we have in that defense line is Mamadi Futi Danso. You know, his partnership with Omar Jao was marvelous. You know, but he's also another player that's not on the list.
Yes. So which player are we looking at? Who can we rely on in this game? That who can at least spur the team on? Who can at least make the difference?
Well, I think we will have to look at Momodu Sise, Zico, to provide the goals. Zico is another player who sometimes struggles to play 90 minutes for the Gambia. So as far as this team is concerned, with so many influential players missing, I think we would look up to him as the inspiration, because Tijan could be another player that might not be available. Tijan is still in town. You know, he hasn't traveled with the team.
Do you know why? Because his name is on the list.
His name is on the list, but I understand, you know, he has some how do I even call this? You know, there's some issues between him and the FA. So that's why that's the reason he could not travel.
But we saw him play in the Gambia's last 2 test matches, and he in fact skipped the team against Mauritania
in the second game. Exactly. So, but he's still in town. Well, let's hope that you know, because today is Tuesday. The agreement was that by Tuesday he will fly out to Niamey, where the team is currently on a 4-day training camp. So let's hope and pray that, you know, it will be settled so that he can travel with the team.
How much faith do you have in this team? You have been following especially the foreign-based players, how they are doing in their clubs.
I think when you look at this team, to me, the technicians have sent a clear message that nobody owns the national team. It belongs to those players who are on top form and who are committed. So yes, football, you could argue that an Ivorian star-studded team playing in front of a capacity crowd at the Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium, they are definitely clear favorites. But football is football. It's an 11-man game. And that these new players, especially the local players in the team, have a point to prove. Because, you know, the whole world will be watching this game, and could be an avenue for them to get themselves better contracts. Who knows? So,
who are you tipping among the local players to at least perform, impress during the game, if given the opportunity?
Well, no doubt. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, my best player as far as the local league is concerned is Hamza Bari. He's the best. But definitely we know that we will have a local player between the sticks. Will the coach go for Christopher Allen, Musa Kamara, or Mori Job, or Babagar Sanyang is yet to be seen. That will be decided between the head coach, Luciano Mancini, and the goalkeeper trainer, George Loba. But at the end of the day, the decision lies entirely with the head coach, that is Mancini.
We are playing against Ivory Coast, the best #1 ranked team in Africa.
Yeah.
They were disappointed in the African Cup of Nations, but they were the favorites to win the African Cup of Nations in South Africa.
Yeah, but when you look at the Ivorian team, for the past 5 African Cup of Nations, they've been the tournament favorites. They've never delivered. And their coach, Sabri Lamouchi, has been speaking in a press conference this week, and he says he wants to win again and win titles for the Ivorians. So they're very, very determined as far as this game is concerned. And one of the things that he said that is Gambia is a tough opponent to maneuver. So they will have to make sure that they win this game, because the next two away games in Banjul and Dar es Salaam would be very, very tough according to him. So the Ivorians, yes, they will be missing some key players like the Drogbas, you know, Boubacar Kopabari, the PSG left back, Sektiana, you know, those players, and Emmanuel Ibuye will also be missing. But this is an Ivorian side containing the best performer for the past 2 seasons in the English Premier League in Yaya Toure. So
the best African player.
Oh yes, no doubt.
And they have an array of talents at their disposal. You name them, the Javinos, the Gradels,
Lasina Traore, you know, Didier Zakora.
Yeah. Well, Gambians, we might say it's good news that Drogba will not play against the Gambia. How would his absence, will it motivate our team, our boys?
To me, I wouldn't see it as a good news. Because to me, Drogba being on the pitch will be an extra motivation for our players, you know. They want to do everything that they keep him silent for 90 minutes. And you know what that could mean. Keeping Didier Drogba silent for 90 minutes? Oh, come on. The whole world will be watching. But I think the players are motivated. They are motivated. They've been paid farewell by the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Aliu Kejame, at the weekend, who had some encouraging words for them. And you know, it is the wish of the President of the Republic to make sure that Gambia qualifies to a Nations Cup, not only Nations Cup, but also to the World Cup. So I think I have faith in the players. It doesn't matter who is in the team or who's not in the team. It is the Gambia that is playing. We should all come together and support the national team.
Can the scorpion sting the elephants?
Can the scorpion sting the elephants? I think it is only Gambians that would believe that we can sting the elephants. But it is not impossible, is it?
It is
not impossible.
A mountainous task.
Yeah, it is a mountainous task. But, you know, who expected that Gambia was going to be the likes of Tunisia, you know? For a local-based team went to Angola, playing 10 men for almost the whole game. We drew 0-0 in Angola. So, who says it's not possible?
Can the Scorpions draw inspiration from the likes of Real de Banjul, whom we saw defeated
Fusrabat,
from a spirited performance?
Oh yes, it has to go down to spirit. And not only Fusrabat and Real de Banjul. Look at Gamtel the other time. They went to Sfaxian of Tunisia. They scored 2 goals in Tunisia. You know, and when you compare the level of these two teams, you know, they're uncomparable. So a spirited performance, I think they will be able to draw inspiration from that, so that they can be able to at least bring out a respectable performance to the Gambia.
Well, at least a respectable performance. We all know it's not going to be easy beating Ivory Coast inside Abidjan. At the Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium. It will definitely be a very, very difficult task for the Scorpions against a much fancied Ivory Coast side. But like he said, it's football, is never mission impossible. We just hope, keep our hands crossed, pray for the boys, and hope they come out with at least a respectable performance. That would be good for Gambian football. What is going to be a respectable performance?
A respectable performance would be, to me, even if you lose with your head held high, giving, honorably, and giving wholeheartedly what is in you, you give it. But hey, if United States of America can beat Spain in the Confederation Cup in 2009, why can't we beat them?
If Burkina Faso can go all the way to the
African Combination final, anyway. Why can't we?
Well, that's Babukar Kamara, sports editor, the Daily Observer, talking to us ahead of that Saturday encounter between the Scorpions and the Elephants of Ivory Coast. We will keep giving you updates and a build-up to that game in our subsequent programs.
Efforts aimed at reviving and promoting wrestling in a bid to regain its lost glory continues, with the Ministry of Youth and Sports spearheading the campaign. Stakeholders have been touring the country with the view to reorganize and restructure the country's traditional sports. MS Jallo was embedded in the wrestling tour, and he prepares this report.
This is the Gambia wrestling team receiving their bronze medal during the 2011 ECOWAS Wrestling Championship held in Dakar, Senegal. after finishing 3rd out of 16 West African countries. That splendid performance by the country's wrestlers reignited the hopes of wrestling enthusiasts that yes,